You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your weekly spoilers for June 9th through the 13th. We are going to have to get out our tissues for John's bittersweet farewell, and also Belle turns to Shawn this week. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you are not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. Let's get right into it with what's coming on Monday, June 9th, which is season 60, episode 206 of Days. So Steve has some huge news for Kayla. And I wonder if he is giving her an update on Bo, or, could be something else, but he might have some scoop to deliver to her. Plus, Arianna Horton is sharing a little secret. Actually, it may be a big secret with Tate Black. I wonder if she is going to tell him about hooking up with Doug 3. If Ari tells Tate that, he will probably make sure that Holly hears it just, to drive a further wedge between her and D3, because Tate doesn't like them being friends at all. Plus, Brady is there for Reckell at the worst moment. Obviously, she is dealing with the terrible news that her grandpa, John Black, has died. And, she's still suffering through this trauma about knowing a lot about EJ's shooting. I still think personally that Reckell did it. We'll find out more later. But at a very minimum, the trauma of Johnny and EJ and her grandma, Rachel Blake, being missing, just all that. It's a lot for a little girl, especially one as unhinged as this kid. Plus, Eric is really worried, but Roman reassures him. And I wonder if this is Eric having some nerves about eulogizing John at the funeral this week. And Salem gets ready for the extremely sad occasion of John Black's funeral. And of course, this is going to be a big remembrance of Drake Hogestyn as well. On Tuesday, June 10th, we've got season 60, episode 207 of Days of Our Lives. Sparks are flying for Bo and Hope. They are really reconnecting now that Bo is finally back to her. And this is the first time he's really been back to her in 10 years. Is that right? He died in her arms in 2015 of that brain tumor. And then they did the whole resurrect him plot on Days Beyond Salem, chapter 2, when we found out Megan had him in a big test tube and Dr. Rolfe had cured his cancer, and then Megan brainwashed him. And when Bo finally got to see Fancy Face, he had, did not remember his love for her, which was very intentional. Megan had done that. So this is the first time that Hope really has her man back. And wow, I am super excited for this. I am so happy Peter Reckell is back and that Bo's back to himself. And also on Tuesday, John's funeral begins. It's going to continue for several episodes, and then there's going to be a celebration of life after that. So the rest of the week is going to be consumed with saying goodbye to John and to Drake Hogestyn. And little Reckell is getting more and more upset as this goes along, and her dad, Brady Black, is there for her, which is wonderful, but she's inconsolable. Some small comfort is that at least Kristen can tell her that her grandma, Rachel Blake, is okay, and they're going to get to see her soon. Of course, Big Reckell is not allowed to come to Salem. That was part of the deal that Kristen struck with EJ, but they can go see her. Also, Chanel talks to Tate about the adoption, and he may be telling her that Sophia is still going to put the baby up for adoption. And I wonder if Chanel is asking because she's still interested. I'm sure she is still interested. Wednesday, June 11th, is episode 208 of season 60. And we have got Belle turning to Shawn. He is there to console her. And Shawn is back in Salem with the family this week. And of course, Belle has stepped back from EJ, and Belle told him that with losing her dad, she has to think about what John would want for her. You know, she wants to make her dad proud, and obviously John would not be okay with her seeing EJ. And then here's Shawn consoling her. Things may be shifting. Johnny tells Chanel his fears. Obviously, he is distraught about losing John. I wonder if she might bring up Sophia's baby and the adoption again. More of John's funeral on Wednesday, and it looks like there's not only tears at the funeral, but also smiles and some laughter as people share their thoughts. On hand are Eric Brady, Carrie Brady, Andrew Donovan, Paul Narita, Shane Donovan, Belle Black, Abe Carver, Paulina Price, Roman Brady, Kate Roberts, Steve Johnson, Kayla Brady, Johnny DiMera, and Chanel Dupree, Shawn Brady, Hope Brady, Brady Black, Rachel Black, and many others. Those are just all the ones I've seen in footage. Lots of people talking and sharing memories and tons of flashbacks. And Bo Brady will not follow doctor's orders. It looks like he's probably going to insist on coming to Salem to honor John's sacrifice that saved his life. On Thursday, June 12th, we're on season 60, episode 209 of Days, and Jennifer, Hope, and Julie spend time catching up. And of course, they have all lost loved ones, and they are all, mired in their own grief as well. Jennifer not only had to deal with the loss of Doug, who's very close to her, but I'm sure she's talking to them about losing Abigail. Hope is talking to them about losing her dad, thinking she was going to lose Bo and then getting him back. And of course, Julie is happy that Bo is back, still stuck in her own grief about losing her beloved Doug. It's hard all around. John's wake is going to follow the funeral. I'm assuming it's probably going to be at the Brady pub. And Marlena's friends and family and those who love John reminisce as they toast his heroism and his life. Bo wants Steve to change his mind about something. We'll see. And Jack pays his respects to Abigail. I wonder if he goes out to put some flowers on her empty grave. Last I heard, we still have not found her remains. Friday, June 13th, season 60, episode 210. We're going to wrap up the week with Belle admitting something to EJ. It's something hard for her to admit. I wonder if Belle is going to take it from being a break from seeing EJ to a break up. Maybe she's going to tell him she loves him, but just can't dishonor her dad's memory by being with him. Kate is at her son Philip's bedside on Friday, desperate for him to wake up. And of course, she's quite upset Xander's on bail. We're kind of picking up sort of where we were on this Friday's episode with her begging Philip to wake up. Alex and Stephanie have a romantic evening. I wonder if she's going to be a little upset that her book got passed around, because now it looks like Kate might have misplaced him. We'll see. And Xander is arguing with Sarah about their daughter Victoria, and Shawn tells Jada that he's sorry.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.